Putting numbers on the board, let them keep a score. Ay, 16 cars in my front yard. Ay, 30 on my wrist, bullet point to God.
Big numbers, big numbers. 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, blue hunts. Whole team counting, that's a big number.
We welcome all of you to Nissan Stadium on the banks of the Cumberland River in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Indianapolis Colts and the Tennessee Titans. This will be taken in at the 1. Then he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
On the ready. Come on, 55. Yeah, let's get sack lunch. Double up. He's coming, double up.
Now a first carry for Dial Pumphrey. And that's not the start that he was looking for as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
At the 26-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. From the gun. Love. And nearly an interception here on their opening. Drive. But instead, third down. Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. They'll run it now with Pumphrey. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Well, as an offense, you know, some drives you have it, some drives you don't. And this one looks like you don't.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, it was 3rd and long. It was screaming for a pass. I think they tried to outguess him there with the running play. They didn't fool him at all.
Went in the wrong direction. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And it'll be Titan football.
Mike, 58, right there. Here we go.
A first carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman. And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. This is Gallman. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 7 yards there and a first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Here's Gallman. DeMarcus Lawrence in on the tackle.
That's it, baby.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
On 2nd and 7, Murray. And that's going to be incomplete.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now Murray. He's got a man complete. And a big 32-yard play on 3rd.
A lot of running backs in the passing game, they're just used to check it down to them or maybe dump off passes. But this guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
The stretch it right there turned it into a really nice game. Gallman will run it. And a solid run down inside the 30. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. On play action, it's Murray. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Yannick Ngakoue in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck roll that they can fall back on anymore.
A 55-yard attempt, normally you'd say well within his range. A little surprised he came up short.
And he knew it immediately, didn't he? They are so calibrated, aren't they? They can tell the touch, the feel. When they put the foot to the ball, whether it's going to be good or not, he knew immediately he didn't have that one.
They start on the ground with Pumphrey. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he takes it all the way down to the 22. That one good for 33 and a first.
How about our reigning AFC Player of the Week, hot-footing it into the secondary on that run?
Yeah, nice long run. That's what got him the award a week ago. Maybe he's trying for 2 in a row here this week. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They run with Pumphrey. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. He's got it to Williams. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great effort there with touchdown number 20 on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Bryant's extra point up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, A two-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 17 yards on that play for the Titans.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Target. 36.
Now Gallman. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
From the 44, Murray. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. On the run, it's Pumphrey. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Ready, set. Yo.
To throw on 2nd down, Love. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Operating from the gun, Love. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
They'll begin with a run by Gallman. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. The tackle made by the linebacker, Joe Schobert.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. 33 yards that time. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
Play action. Now it's Murray. He finds his man Johnson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And And down he goes. A coverage sack. Took too long to get rid of it. Yannick Ngakoue racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Murray now. He's going to air one out. And incomplete. He tried to leave it underneath. Nearly got picked. They may be lucky to have that one back. 3rd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Murray with a 3rd and long. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Love. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line. He's the reigning AFC Offensive Player of the Week, and defensively, they have to find an answer for him.
And that's what you would do if you were calling plays, right?
Yeah,
you'd make sure that he gets targeted. But the thing about it is the route running. That's what makes him so dangerous, is because no matter what is presented defensively, he runs his route with such skill that he's able to go up and get the football first in each and every situation.
And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's able to get up here to the 26.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Not a whole lot of room to maneuver there, and I think that's because everyone took care of their responsibilities, filled their gaps, held their place. No place for him to run.
Yeah, looked good. Everything got funneled to the nose tackle. He swallowed him up. Now a handoff here to his running back. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. This is fielded at the 7. A punt of 46, a return of 5. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for third down. From the gun, Love. That's complete to his running back, Connor. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Let's go. 60 Pittsburgh.
On first down, Love. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. 23 yards, the final tally. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. Uncorks one for Davis. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way. So he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it. Just move on to the next play.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Operating from the gun, Love. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. This quarterback now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. Looking to throw. Love. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked out and incomplete. Devin White, the rookie out of LSU, there to bat that one away. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
To throw again. Love. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Brian Burns in there for sack number 22 on the year. And, folks, that's just a half sack shy now of Michael Strahan's record of 22.5 set in 2001. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. Ninth play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. A final shot before break. Love. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And he goes down, but not before getting us inside the 25. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. On second down, here's Murray. Complete. It's Johnson. The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they? They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. It's Desmond Trufant. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter. Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one. Has that happened to you before? No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Let him know. Ready to go.
They begin the drive with Pumphrey, and he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Again, it's Pumphrey. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. They'll run here with Pumphrey, and he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. That's complete to Gallman. And he's got the first down here and then some, but a penalty flag down. This could very well be coming back.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up. Under 10. Under 10.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. Yannick Ngakoue in on the stop. Well, obviously, they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead, now, they're dealing with 2nd and long. I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. Throwing on 2nd and long. Murray, catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
From the gun on third down, Murray. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one goes for 24 yards. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Now Murray off play action. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Jalen Hurd, the intended receiver. 3rd down here.
Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Switch up.
Mike, 53. 53. Mike.
Drop deep, drop deep. Shoot.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown. His 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, Love. And this one caught by Max Williams. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts 1st down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
A running play on 1st down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun. Love. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Montez Sweat. What a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long.
56 to Mike.
From the gun, Love. And the pressure gets to him again. Brian Burns picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Here's Sam Cook now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. before they can get the punt away. Whistles as we've come to the end of the third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Back to the air on 2nd down, it's Murray. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the fourth quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time, and that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a first down. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Murray now on first down. He's got his man. It's Andrews. 23 yards on the play. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. As his guys are in for 6, and the Titans have taken the lead. Extra point by Muller, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
Operating from the gun. Love. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brian Burns in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. The Colts on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 17. Back to throw. Love. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Here's Sam Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. 39 yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession.
And he'll be brought down by the Colts. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Well, it was second and long. Now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is third and long. Out of the gun, here's Murray. He's going to air one out. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes the better punter may actually determine the outcome.
That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Come on, set. Third and base, let's go. I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even ready. Go.
From the gun, Love. Uncorks one for Davis. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Now listen, it's a team game, we know that, but where would these guys be right now, Charles, without their defense? So they take over here following the turnover. Defense did it again, but on offense they have to feel like, hey, we need to do something.
You're exactly right. You just mentioned it. The defense did it again. They bailed them out on a number of occasions in this contest. It's time for them to repay the defense at the least. Keep the ball for a while. Give those guys a break so they can catch their breath.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is third and long.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
Shotgun now from Murray. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll make it a second down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The tight end, Max Williams, the intended receiver. But now it's third down. The 22 is the line to gain here on third down. He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Brian Burns in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Brian Burns. And as a result, it'll be Titan football on the turnover on downs. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44.
The quarterback keeps it. A loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11.